time now to take a look at a few of the more interesting ancient coins that were on offer at the July Hong Kong International Numismatics Fair's Signature Auction. From the several lifetime issues of Julius Caesar, few coins attract more lively debate and speculation as his famous elephant Denarius, a monumental achievement in both self-promotion and propaganda, minted at the onset of the Great Roman Civil War by Caesar's traveling military mint. The exact meaning or symbolism of the elephant attempting to trample the horned snake is still a topic of debate to this day, and will likely remain one for some time to come still. The instruments on the obverse are pontifical implements as a reference to Caesar's position as Pontifex Maximus. NGC Ancients saw this coin as a choice AU star with perfect strike and surfaces, and $6,000 met the final strike of the auctioneer's gavel. About a decade and a half or so after Julius Caesar's assassination, his adoptive son, Augustus, became the first official emperor of the Roman Empire. Now, after Caesar's death, a comet was observed in the sky, and this was taken as a sort of a sign of Caesar's ascension to the heavens, contributing at least in part to his eventual deification. The coin was minted around 18 or 19 BCE, in preparation for a series of secular games proposed by Augustus. The use of the Julian star with the inscription translating as Divine Julius no doubt intended to strengthen the perceived connection between these two men. NGC Ancients graded this coin as Choice XF Star for it to achieve a final price of $5,760 at auction. Now, whenever ancient coins are mentioned, especially ancient Greek coinage, there is a single archetype that immediately jumps to mind, that being the Athenian owl. Few images are more iconic or representative of our hobby as this particular one is, depicting Athena and the said Athenian owl. This silver tetradrachm was minted in Athens around 450 years before the Gregorian calendar even reaches zero, given basically a perfect grade by NGC Ancients as mint state star with a perfect 5 out of 5 for both strike and surface. This coin sold at auction for $17,400. It took Alexander the Great only 13 years to conquer what was at the time, at least to the Greeks, the entire known world, changing the course of history forever in the process. This gorgeous gold stater coin presents itself as a bit of an enigma within that frame, as its exact origin and era remains somewhat speculative. NGC lists it as a Macedonian lifetime issue of Alexander the Great. However, stylistically, it does have more in common with the posthumous coins from Abydos in the Thracian kingdom instead, placing it anywhere from around 330 to, I would say, 310 BCE. Either way, a beautiful coin graded by NGC Ancients as Choice AU that sold at auction for $6,000. Now, after Alexander died in 323 BCE, what took him 13 years to achieve was undone in far less time. His vast kingdoms, reaching from Macedonia across the Mediterranean into Egypt, encompassing Persia, and stretching all the way to India, was, after a period of some strife, essentially carved up between his top generals. One of those was Seleucus, who took the easternmost part of the empire and founded the Seluecid kingdom. This was broadly Persia, Mesopotamia, and, well, at least at first, parts of India, until Chandragupta pushed him back by quite a way. But at least he got a battalion of 500 war elephants out of the deal, which came in very handy in the Battle of Ipsus only a few years later, but I digress. This silver tetradrachm was minted around 296 BCE, so about 5 years after the aforementioned battle, depicting Zeus on the obverse and a female figure, almost assuredly Athena, which is riding a quadriga pulled by 4 of the aforementioned elephants, authenticated by NGC Ancients as Choice VF and sold at auction for $1,320. Despite officially being the king of Macedonia and Alexander's successor as his half-brother, Philip III never really held any real power and is more of a footnote than anything else in modern history books. He's seen as more of a figurehead, really, being used as a puppet by more powerful generals and politicians. According to the historian Plutarch, he actually had a slight learning or mental disability as a result of a failed assassination attempt by Queen Olympias, the mother of Alexander the Great. But, you know, some of Plutarch's accounts deserve anywhere from a pinch to about a shovel of salt, so take that as you will. But it is an interesting factoid nonetheless. Although, she did actually have him executed in 317 BCE, so either way, complicated family. The gold stater you see in front of you now was minted in Babylon and graded as a mint state by NGC Ancients and saw a closing price of $7,800 at auction. Lysimachus was another of Alexander's generals who ended up ruling over the Thracian kingdom, which covered much of Asia Minor, including the great ancient city of Pergamon, a major artistic and cultural center within the ancient world, located just off of the eastern coast of the Aegean Sea. The coin here still depicts the bust of Alexander the Great, here almost 4 decades now removed from his death and now deified wearing the horns of Ammon. The reverse is a distinctly Hellenistic image with the enthroned Athena holding Nike, the goddess of victory, who is crowning the royal title in her outstretched hand. This brilliant silver tetradrachm was graded as mint state by NGC and sold at auction for $18,000. Sorry for going on a bit of an Alexander the Great tangent there for most of this video, but I mean, come on, the coins were right there. Just couldn't resist it. Anyways, as usual, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon so you'll know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, stay safe, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.